It's natural, y'all. And it happens. Whether you're in the comfort of your own home or you're in school about to give a presentation, the urge to rip Sarabamba is always there. With the big year of 2025 here, it's generally acceptable, unless you're one of those Nickelodeon animators and they're probably discuss fetish, and tend to be laughed off, because unless you've unleashed Chernobyl, you'll be fine. Don't get me wrong, each episode of Slip Flatulence is gonna cost you some aura points, or to those stuck in 2021, social credits. But, you know how those fighting games have combos and stuff? You know, when you mash arrows up, up, down, down and stuff? Well, what's a good example again? Hobo? Don't y'all remember Hobo? That Newgrounds fighting game centered around a homeless man who went from beating up unbeknownst pedestrians to spitting on all-knowing entities just so he could nap? Yeah, that Hobo. What's a fighting game without combos, am I right? In the first few games, Hobo was given some rather basic combo attacks. Sure, you could go the whole game just pressing A and S and beat it, or be less boring and use all the combo moves at your disposal. AAS to spit, SSA to shoot snot. These combos that players can mix and match help to perform abilities, do more damage, etc, etc. You could probably just keyboard spam and Hobo will probably throw either at you. And as you progress through the games, there are more and more unhinged combos that you can unlock. What comedic one-liner am I supposed to remark with in this situation even? And that's the gist of combos. The longer the combo setup is, the better the payout. Normally. In the same manner, whatever you do leading up to the fart, whatever circumstances you're in, can dictate how much aura points you lose instantly. There definitely are ways to salvage the situation and retain some aura points. Coughing in tandem with a gas attack, making a mouthful out of yourself, but not too much. You don't want to be known as Captain Underpants in the halls for the rest of the academic year, now do you? However, failing these quick time events has even more dire consequences. A poorly timed cough to hide a fart might haunt you for the rest of the year, compared to accidentally letting it slip. Though that's not what happened to me, thankfully. A chain of events that unionized with one another came together and concocted this tale. Before we get into the story, let's talk about the history of farting. Based off Wikipedia, fart jokes have been going on for a long ass time now. Jesus was probably laughing his ass off when one of his disciples ripped one out post Last Supper, but you didn't hear it from me. Aside from poop jokes, farting is also thought to be disrespectful in many cultures. What a surprise, right? Imagine you're talking to your homeboy and he releases a silent but deadly one, and you're in mindless bliss about it until the stench hits your nostrils. Hell nah. Matter of fact, Malawi thought about this exact scenario and considered making farting illegal. Keyword, considered. But yeah, some motherfuckers back in 20 BC thought, hey, shooting gas out of my ass is kind of smelly. It's kind of disrespectful. And yeah, farting's taboo now. Alright, let's actually get to the juicy part. The body of an essay, some would say. It was evening around that time. I forgot what I had eaten that day. Probably some spicy noodles or something in the cafeteria. Having rushed for college in the morning, I didn't have much time to take a dump. And being like any other normal person, I have a golden bum. So unless it was the disabled toilet with an installed bidet, no toilet seat was ever gonna touch the smoothness of my bum. I think growing up, everybody has experienced this at least once. Not being able to shit the whole day and having to hold it in until you're back or something. This wasn't my first rodeo, of course, so I was confident I could hold it in until I got back home. Boy, was I hella wrong. In the evening, I went for some public speaking training, with my shit clogging up all the way to my sigmoid. It was starting to become unbearable, like, oh my lord, this is some real shit. And before I go on about this story, there were zero presence of skid marks for your information. Flatulent story, not a poop falter. But being confident, I pressed on throughout the session. The coach had just made some one-liner remark which sent the whole room into hysterics, like cartoon dream sequence of motherfuckers laughing at you level of hysterics. Naturally, I joined in the laughter, and that's where it all went downhill. Being on the front row and having multiple rows of people behind me, I thought it'd be an awesome idea to build off what my coach had said. Now, I don't necessarily remember what excellent one-liner I gave because of how traumatizing this whole incident was, but I do remember this. I was midway saying my cornball of a one-liner. My chair had tilted forward on accident, and as its legs fell to the ground, I ripped one out. Straight sound and vibration. The type that has your crack feeling burned from how aggressive the air pushed out of it was. And the sound filled up the whole room. 20 whole people heard windbreak. What was once hysterics had turned into even more hysterics. I mean, what were you expecting? People to console me? Hell nah. Having felt every single ounce of my soul leave my body that moment, with my face flushed from embarrassment, I turned on autopilot and just walked out of that room. I stood outside for a whole minute, enjoying the luxury of fresher air than those that were still laughing their butts off in that room. Talk about a shitty situation. Despite being outside, I continued to feel a crazy amount of aura fade from my body. Like I probably should have just taken my bag and leave training midway. Yeah, actually, that's what I should have done. Just build it. Unfortunately, because I always have to be the bigger man, I turned around, looked at the doorknob, and decided to walk back inside. As most farts go, the laughter that was echoed throughout the room started to die down, and the best part was that the fart did not stank. If that fart stank, nah, it's knowing y'all. The rest of training continued like normal, and no one really brought it up after like 10 to 15 minutes of theory lecturing on public speaking. As my coach continued talking, I thought of how no one gives a damn and continued minding their own business. And then training ended. Like normal. Looking back on the incident made me realize that farting low-key ain't so bad. Don't get me wrong, if I'm on the train trying to mind my own business and I sense and smell the scent of a ninja fart, or if I'm in the lecture theater and I hear a dude shoot off farts like it's a card ray gun, I am gonna bag him up, run it through labs, collect your DNA, hunt you down, and cut your data plan. But accidents do happen. You can't hold it in any longer and your flatulence just slipped through. It's aight. Nobody cares. Actually, let me rephrase that. People do care for like the first 2 minutes and then go back to minding their own business right afterwards. As long as it wasn't one of those farts, you should be fine. And if you don't believe what I just said, think back to a time one of your friends slipped one out on accident, or just a random classmate in general. Now I guarantee one of two things. You heard it, turned your head to see who did it, and went back to doing work. Or you laughed because the rest of the class did, then nobody else gave a crap afterwards. It's not that deep, y'all. Motherfuckers fart all the time. It could have been anyone. And I implore everyone who tends to hold in to just release it. I mean, if you're at home, you might as well. But in public, you just gotta master the art of releasing it silently, molecule by molecule. But you know what is deep? Think about those hobo games. How do you even come up with those combos? And that reminds me of today's video.